Good day, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Concert Halls. We're a live music channel. I'm Anna Spinskaya, and I'll be your host for today's program. We're connecting the audiences and the performing artists in real-time performances and music news. And now we are able to do it from the entire globe. Today we present a very interesting and very exciting program, Semifinals of Sound Espressivo Global Competition. Born during pandemic as a way forward for performing artists to keep live music alive. Sound Espressivo Competition is created by a large international community of musicians. For 4 days, we are broadcasting performances of nearly 100 musicians, contestants from around the entire world. Judges are providing immediate feedback to each musician on air after every performance. Please stay tuned. Join our live broadcasts. Comment, share our events on social networks. Please give contestants your encouragement and your cheers. We appreciate it very much. Our mission is to empower musicians with new tools, enrich with new thinking, expand horizons for everyone of what's possible, what can work, what can be a source of great joy of enjoying music in a modern performing environment. We support raising modern musicians, instilling what it takes for them to be devoted, diverse, engaged, and ultimately successful. Sound Espressivo Competition is an online event where musicians present their talent, practice, and individuality, and where they are judged on their own terms. No time limit, and the repertoire is chosen by the contestants themselves. There is no prescribed repertoire requirement. It is an opportunity to engage with the audience and with the rest of the world in the present-day technical environment, to be reviewed and guided by respected judges, successful musicians from entire the world. Sound Espressivo is bringing the future of music industry and music technology to the artists, educators, and audiences of today. Founded and managed by professional musicians, Sound Espressivo aims to empower artists of every instrument and every walk of life. Introducing today's judges. Welcome on stage, Avguste Antonov, who is a member of Sound Espressivo Board of Advisors. Welcome, Avguste. It's a great pleasure to see you again.
Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here.
And we have, and Avguste is joining us from France. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's 6 p.m. out here.
Okay, let's hope we finish before it's midnight. Frantisek, Brikcius, welcome.
Hello.
Wonderful to have you back again. You were with us also last year at the first edition of this competition. You're joining from where?
Yeah, I'm based in London.
Okay, well, you're a little bit early than August. It's 5 p.m. there, right? And last but not least, Robert Voisey, who is the president of our board of advisors. Welcome, Robert. Great pleasure to see you.
It's great to be here, Anna.
Okay, without any further ado, we are going to start introducing the contestants of this session. And our first contestant is a violinist from USA. This is age group 10 and under. And welcome on stage Katrina Cheng, who was nominated in the artistic category Lyrical.
Well, I guess it's me who's starting the round. Well, hello, Katrina. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for playing. Um, let's first recognize your accompanist. Who is your accompanist?
My name is Mark Pfannschmidt.
And you guys are from the same school. You're related.
I've been the studio accompanist for her teacher for about somewhere around between 5 and 10 years.
Well, thank you very much for playing. It was great, fabulous.
Thank you.
Katrina, I loved what you did. Was wonderful. My only comment is related to dynamics. I'm looking at the score here as we speak, and I would have loved to hear more crescendo, more variations in your crescendo and decrescendo, if that makes sense to you. That's really my only comment. I loved what you did; it was fabulous. How long have you been playing the piano? Sorry, the violin. I'm sorry.
5 years.
5 years. Wow. For someone who's been playing the violin for 5 years and playing this concerto is fabulous. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to hearing you again in the future.
Thank you.
Hello, Katrina. Very nice, Vivaldi. I might maybe suggest that if you play like different parts of the piece of the concerto, that you.
I'm sorry, we can't hear you. Oh, and he's frozen now.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what he asked.
Yeah, he was. I think what he was going to suggest was talking about playing pieces of the concerto and focusing on that. But I'll let him come on. We'll get him on in a minute and so forth. Frantisek, you back? There you go.
Yeah. I hope I'm back. Yeah. Okay. Nice, Katrina. Thank you for that. And I would suggest to when you perform it
Can you turn him up?
between just kind of adjust each phrase to kind of different.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, but we cannot hear you at all. We cannot hear
so
you.
Maybe just skip it. Yeah.
Can you type your comment and I'll read it?
Yeah, maybe later it will take time.
Sure, Katrina, I loved your performance too. I also I liked some of the textures that you were putting in, and I agree with Frantisek that if you concentrate on some of the parts of the piece and like develop that as an entity as to contrast and compare to the different sections, I think it'll work out great. But I loved your work, and I look forward to hearing more from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see if we have comments from Mr. Brikcius in the comment block. He's joining us from UK, so it's quite a bit of a distance. Let's see if we are able to bring them up. Oh, thank you. We got a comment from the audience member. So thank you for stopping in. That's also from the UK, a composer who is joining us as an audience member. Thank you for a beautiful comment. We appreciate that. So do we have comments from Mr. Brikcius for Katrina? And once we do, we'll read them out to you. We'll see if that is possible for us to bring up. Production team, do we have the comments or not yet? We don't have the comments yet.
But yeah, I think I got it. Frantisek.
Oh, you got the comments?
Yeah. I understood what he was where he was getting at. He was just talking about concentrating on each of the pieces of the movements, and getting a life of their own and a character of their own, and then being able to develop that, and then it helps compare and contrast throughout the piece. So when you focus on just one section of it, and let's say it's very lyrical and so forth, and you just work on that and you concentrate on it and bring it to life as a lyrical section, and then you go on to another section that might be more staccato and have a different type of character, and then you learn on that, and then when you're putting the piece all together, that'll just come out naturally.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think what Robert was saying is matches perfectly what he was saying about the dynamics. Once you do all the dynamics, even exaggerate your dynamics, that will help you so much with the phrasing. So, congratulations from everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, we are moving on to the second contestant in the program. And let's welcome on stage pianist from the USA. She was nominated in the artistic category miniature. Welcome on stage, Tsz Ching Pan.
Hello, that was really good. I really enjoyed your performance. Especially I liked the list. It was like really relaxed, nice kind of storytelling and really gentle and beautiful technique. So thank you very much for that and good luck.
Thank you.
Yes, beautiful, wonderful playing, just wonderful. I also really enjoyed the list. It definitely comes off of your fingers. I love the presentation and the setup you have and the expression that you're bringing into it. I guess if to make some comments is just I would love to hear more of the phrasing. Both the list I definitely feel it starting to come out. I would just say you like lean into it more and just bring out more. The Beethoven for sure. I thought Beethoven is all about really dramatic like contrasts here and there and like these sort of dialogues that happen like bombastic and then like very light and then bombastic and then very light and and more of that would be great. But wonderful performance. I enjoyed it a great deal.
Hello, Cherise. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for playing. How long have you had these two pieces?
A couple months.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
A couple months, I think.
Couple of months. Okay. Uh, Look, this is a great job you've done. Very well played. I liked it very much. Just a couple of comments. Well, I'm gonna start with the list. Um, First thing, a bit of concerning how you sit, how you play. Careful not to raise your shoulders too much. Relax more. I know it's a tough piece, but try just to keep your body more in sync. Uh, Also, and I'm joining here Robert on this. Think bigger phrases. For me, was too much, too many short phrases instead of bigger phrases. So be careful with that. And for the list, last comment would be the ritenuto. The ritenuto that you do, make sure you do them at the right spots. You had tendency to start your ritenutos a bit earlier than they should. So be careful with that. Um, Concerning the Beethoven, very well done. For me, for my own taste, it was a bit too fast. Was just a bit too fast, and you started to rush a bit, and then we're starting to lose the music itself. We couldn't hear clearly your 16s and so forth. So be careful with that. I know the rage, the rondo. It's supposed to be really rage, but have it controlled. Control your 16, if that makes sense. But otherwise, it's very good. Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful playing, and I really love that picture. The whole presentation is so festive, so beautiful. Thank you very much, Doris, for bringing this beautiful music. And we have some comments for you. Mary Macy says, amazing. And I believe this comment is in Russian and coming from as far as Russia for you. And it says, I'll translate for you, that your list was absolutely astounding for a 10-year-old pianist. So congratulations. And there is a comment for Katrina, which came in a little bit late. So Katrina, if you're still watching, I hope you see this comment from your very proud teacher who's really happy to see you performing live on the virtual stage. So I'll read it out. I'm very proud of my student Katrina Cheng. Thank you for inviting her to play, and she did a beautiful job. Wonderful. Thank you for your beautiful presentation. We will be moving on to Colette Wiering. We're still in 10 and under age group, and Colette is a violinist from the United States. She's nominated in the artistic category Virtuosity. Welcome on stage, Colette.
What a wonderful performance. I enjoyed that a great deal. I love some of the sensitivity and phrasing that you're bringing to a lot of the lines. It just could. I see that you get it and you're just playing it and you're playing your heart out. It's awesome. The, I mean, I know it's tough when it starts to speed up, and especially when it gets high and so forth. And the best way is just to like practice those parts over and over and over again, and then like when they come, you just hit them. And don't worry about it. Don't be intimidated by things that go fast. And yeah, that I guess that's yeah. I think that's good. I loved it though. Great performance.
Thanks.
Well, hello, Colette. Nice to meet you. Thank you for playing. I agree with Robert. Wonderful performance. I loved your phrasing, your dynamics. Very well done. I hope I get the chance to hear you with an accompanist next time around, because I think that would be so much so much better for you and for us as an audience, but also would be such a wonderful experience to be able to combine and connect with the other musicians. So, but no, I loved it. Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello, Colette. Thank you for your performance. It was really beautiful. Yeah, I like this. This is really kind of not easy piece. It's kind of really difficult. I would maybe suggest two things. I think sometimes you can just do kind of rely to some type of situations, or it can be even bigger contrast if it's the major or if Venezia is going back to minor. And the second thing is in double stops, really difficult. I suggest that you can little bit relax maybe on the first double stop that you go, yeah, so when you are shifting, so it will be like a little bit easier, yeah, and so you can go even more with the bow big finale at the end, yeah. Well done, fantastic, thank you.
Wonderful job. What a pleasure to hear you. I'm looking forward so much to hearing you with a pianist, or maybe with a -1 recording. Try to consider playing the full piece. It gives more volume. That would be so great. Thank you, Colette. This was Colette Wiering, and we are in the 10 and under age group, an amazing group of young aspiring musicians. We will be inviting on stage a pianist from the United States, Patrick Hsu. He was nominated in the artistic category of virtuosity. Welcome on stage, Patrick. It's all yours.
Hello, Patrick. Nice to meet you, and thank you for playing. Quick question: how long have you had this sonata? Can you hear me?
2 months.
How? 2 months. Did I hear that right? 2 months? Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. It's a great job. You're doing very well. It's very impressive for 2 months of study on that sonata. Very good. I do have a few comments on each movement. Let's start with the first movement. First movement, be careful with your 16th. Sometimes they lack a bit of equality, if that makes sense. They need to be more equal. Second, your phrasing in that first movement, think, sing it more, make it bigger phrases instead of smaller ones. Lastly, for that movement, don't rush. You have a bit of a tendency on rushing, so that's for the first movement. Second movement was very, very good. I love the control that you had. I love the various sounds, the various tones that you gave. Be careful. To me, was a bit too slow. To me, it felt like you were doing it at 6/4, 6 beats per measure instead of 3. So be careful with that. Think bigger phrases. Really think bigger phrases. A tad bit faster on that movement would help you. And as far as the last movement, just 2 comments for the last movement. One is your 16th. They have to be very equal. Felt uneven and follow the phrasing as Mozart has wanted it. I would recommend to you to listen to some of Mozart's operas and some of his symphonies and other piano works to give you a bit of a further idea of how to phrase and how to shape this sonata. But look, otherwise was a great job, very well done. I hope to hear you again soon.
Hello, Patrick. Very nice performance. I would maybe think more about the music. It's more like horizontal. I'm talking about the melody, legato, especially at the right hand, versus vertical, when you got the kind of rhythm, harmonies, or maybe the left hand. And you can have like both hands even more independent. That would be lovely. I especially like the second movement. I like the tempo. And congratulations to your technique. Keep building it up, and all the best.
Hi, Patrick. First of all, I just want to say I think it's tremendous that you've like memorized this piece and just put this work into it, and I enjoyed it a great deal. I also like the second movement, but I also thought it was a little slow. And I think that's I think the phrasing is going to help a lot. When you're memorizing it and you're just memorizing lots of notes, it's tough. But yeah, if you get into the sort of like the story that's being told, I think that's going to help a great deal. But yeah, I loved it. Thank you.
That was a great performance, Patrick. Thank you very much for performing the entire piece. That's lovely to hear, especially
And
the
in
10
2
and
months. 2
Yeah,
months.
just 2 months, and in the 10 and under age group, this is tremendous accomplishment. Congratulations. And I want to thank the members of the audience. Thank you for staying with us and for adding your comments. It's wonderful to feel that the audience is there behind those screens, behind those cameras. We feel the real people who add their energy to this event and to those performances. Moving on to the next presenter, and this will be our next age group. 11 through 14, we're welcoming on stage Sathvik Subramanian, piano from the United States, who was nominated in the artistic category Lyrical. Welcome on stage, Sathvik. It's all yours.
Hello, Sathvik. Very nice and relaxed performance of Liszt. I truly enjoyed. I just got maybe one thing. It's when you are practicing, I would maybe try to play it once or twice, just in super slow, very slow tempo, and then maybe in a little bit faster tempo once, just to see this wonderful piece from different perspective. Well done, and good luck with your future concerts and competitions then. Well done.
I just loved this performance. I thought it was great. I loved your sensitivity to the piece. I agree with Frantisek immensely. Taking a different look at different perspective at the piece is going to give you some more insights, which I think you're in a position to get a lot out of, to be honest. And I say that not because of how well that you present this piece. Just I enjoy the performance a great deal. Thank you so much.
Hello, Sathvik. Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much for playing. I do agree with my colleagues on all of their comments. You have a wonderful touch. That's one thing. I'm looking at the score, and I have a bit of a hard time finding anything that you're not doing on the score specifically. So I'm gonna make you a couple of comments, but the comments are gonna be more related to add the score to you on the piano and how you hold yourself. I think, and you can try this with your teacher. You should try and sit a tad bit higher. From my perspective, you're a bit too low. Sit a bit higher will give you more possibility of power, if that makes sense, and more energy when you do those passages. The next thing is to breathe. And I say this to a lot of people, including my own students. breathe with your mouth. Breathe at the end of the phrases. Breathe before you play those chords at the end. It will help you with the sound. It will help you with um, with the phrasing as well, if that makes sense. Try that, and obviously, and I do agree with Frantisek. Try the extremes of the tempo that you're doing, and then try the middle of the tempo. To me, the tempo was a bit on the slow side, but again, that's a personal taste as well. But no, otherwise, it was a great job. I loved it. Thank you very much for playing, and I hope to hear you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sathvik. It's incredible how the beautiful touch of a pianist can come through miles and thousands of miles and through the camera and the microphone in real time. That was really enjoyable. Thank you. We will be moving on to invite our next contestant on stage. And this is age group 11 through 14. If you're just joining us, this is semifinals of the Sound Espressivo competition. Contestants are taking stage live, performing from their own locations in real time. Nothing of this program is pre-recorded. You're watching it as it unfolds as a real story in front of your eyes. And the next contestant is a pianist from Canada. Antian Jian will be performing in the nomination of Virtuosity. Antian, the stage is all yours. Please go ahead and take it.
Wow. Just wow. Antian, very good, great job. Uh, I've got no negative comment for you tonight. It's all positive. I loved it. However, I'll ask you a couple of questions. How long have you had this program, and why all Liszt?
I've had this program. Well, I learned the Tarantella first, and then I learned the sospiro. So it's actually kind of a coincidence because like I learned the list for like 1 year or so, and then I learned the side, and it was like individual. And then I saw this competition. I was like, oh, two contrasting pieces, and like I totally did not realize that they were like both lists until like I actually like read the program myself because like they're so like different from each other.
But yeah, so no, look, that was a fabulous job. Looking at the score, I'm looking at both of them, and I have a hard time finding anything negative to tell you. So I'm just gonna say thank you very much. Looking forward to hearing you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Antian. Thank you for your beautiful and brax performance of the list. That was really good. And I really like that you performed two contrasting pieces, as you already mentioned, and both of them in an inspiring and convincing way. That was really important to me. I would definitely keep up the direction you are heading with the dynamics and colors. That is really important, I think, for you. And well done, and all the best with your future piano studies and competitions and all of that.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, and virtuosity I thought is just a fabulous sort of category to put yourself in. And it's just really, really fabulous interpretations of both of these pieces of the list. It's, the fact that they're contrasting pieces. There's just, there's so many good points to say about this. And it's just a really, really, really fantastic performance. And, and you brought it all the way home, even like from the presentation of everything, and just aces all the way. I don't really have anything critical to say. Thank you so much.
Bravo from me. Wonderful job, Antian. That was such a joy to hear. It's confident performance with big splashes of contrasting dynamics and everything. You took me into the concert hall, and I love that backdrop. Beautiful visual presentation too. That's important. People are watching on the screen, and you draw everyone into your space, into your realm. That's such a great pleasure to watch. Thank you for a beautiful presentation. We'll be moving on and inviting on stage our next contestant. We are in the age group 15 to 18, and this will be a cellist coming to us all the way from Hungary, Lila Nora Jabot, and she is nominated in the artistic category of virtuosity. Once again, cellist Lila Nora Jabot from Hungary. Now the stage is all ready for you. You're welcome to take it.
Hello, Lila. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for playing. I love this concerto. I love your playing. Actually, it's funny, but my parents are cellists, professional cellists as well. So I've heard this concerto so many times, and I love how you play it. My only comment would be to give more dynamics. That's the only thing that's missing to me. It may be just the connection between us and you, but to me you can give so much more, so much more. You can have so much more difference between the various dynamics. Otherwise, I loved it. I look, just bravo, congratulations, and I hope to hear you soon.
Thank you.
Hello, Lila. Thank you for your performance today. It's good to listen to you again. Well done, and I liked the performance very much. Maybe a few things. I wouldn't worry to play the dotted written on the beginning even sharper, a little bit like the smaller note belongs to the
We'll have
technical part.
Mr. Brikcius join us again. I think we need to have
Can you hear
him.
me?
Yes, now we can. Wonderful. Keep going.
Double stops could be more relaxed, nice storytelling, and it can be even more contrasting. But saying that, it's well done. I wish you all the best with your cello studies and future competitions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think my colleagues' comments are going to be a little more helpful than mine because you just bowled me over. It was just awesome. I enjoyed it a great deal. To be honest, like a Haydn fan, I am not of, but you convinced me on this piece. I loved some of the dynamics and fun playing that you did of the little intricacies. It was enjoyable. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leela, very much. So great to hear that very challenging piece. To me, it seemed like you completely mastered it. It's totally yours. But I'm not the judge, so take my comments as a compliment from an admiring fan of yours. This was beautiful. Thank you. We're moving on to the next age group, and this is adults 26 plus. And 26 years old and older. And our first performer in that age group will be a voice presenter, singer from Russia, all the way across the world, Asmik Arutyunyan, who is nominated in the artistic category Academic. Asmik, we prepared the stage for you. You take over.
Hello everyone, and I will be singing today for you the Padre Germani from opera Idomeneo by Mozart. Thank you. Padre Germani, adeo, Avguste, io vi perdei, Avguste, io vi perdei. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is a great performance.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a great deal. So you can blast it. That's for sure.
Thank you.
I mean, this piece demands it, right? I mean, you gotta let it loose, and
Yeah, because it's just a recording, and every one record which I try to find through the YouTube, it will not correct on the end. That's why my pianist can't play for me today, and that's why I cut it.
oh yeah, no, that's fine. You don't,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about that at all. No, that's the yeah. And in fact, in you can go a cappella on this if you can follow, even if you turn it down and so forth. That would be fine. I'm trying to think of a critical comment. Here's my critical comment. It would have been great to hear what you can do really soft and gentle. But with that said, I felt like you brought around both the passion of this piece and the explain. Also, I just love your presentation of it as well. A lot of I feel like musicians concentrate so much on, especially singer. I'm a singer, on doing everything with your voice and so forth, and it's because it's your own instrument. There's a lot of things to concentrate on and be aware of, but you also there has to be a stage presence, and of course this piece also kind of demands a stage presence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought you did great there as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Well, hello, Asmik. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for singing. Similar to what Robert was saying, that was a wonderful performance. You have a wonderful voice. However, where I would disagree with Robert is that I'm a pianist. I would love to hear you with an accompanist. I would love to see the collaboration. I would the exchange, the just the exchange between the different your entrance, the piano, and all of that. I mean, I would love to see that, but I definitely understand your situation. And look, you have a wonderful voice. I can't wait to hear you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hello, Asmik. Thank you for your performance today. It was really very nice. Very expressive indeed. Theatrical or stage friendly. Well done. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
That was astounding. Asmik, welcome on stage. It's such a great pleasure to hear really polished, wonderful voice, and the stage presence that sent shivers down my spine. And I'm so looking forward to hear you with the pianist and with the full sound of that accompaniment. Accompaniment is beautiful. I love it. As a pianist, I love performing it.
Yeah.
I wish I could fly to where you are and help you out and play the piano accompaniment.
This will be great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, I don't think I can do it right now. I'm on screen.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you very, very
Thank you
much.
so much.
We are moving on to the next presenters, and we are in the oldest age group of the competition, all the way to the end of this session. I will not mention it anymore because these are all 26 and older professional performers. Sound Espressivo semi-final round. Performers are competing for an opportunity to be in the finals at the end of January 29th and 30th. So welcome on stage. The next presenter is vocals by Maria Yakubovich and piano by Alexei Rozov. That's a duet. coming to us again from Russia. And the duet was nominated in the artistic category of miniature. Welcome on stage. I believe our artists are ready to perform, so the stage is all yours.
Добрый день. Я прошу прощения, я буду говорить по-русски. Мы называемся Роза Якова. Это Алексей Розов, Роза, и я, Мария Якубович, Яков. Мы занимаемся музыкой 30-х и 40-х годов. И первую песню мы хотим спеть на иврите. Это перевод польского прекрасного танго, появившегося в 1935 году, которое называлось «Последнее воскресенье». На иврите оно называется «Последняя суббота». И мы поем его на иврите, потому что русский перевод нам не нравится. זאת רק אומר לך, חביבתי, זאת רק ולא יותר. סבול סבלתי, שתקתי, כאב לי ויתרתי, ליבי בתמיד היה למה, מדוע, אמרי לי, הגידי, זאת רק ולא יותר. למה בגדת בי, הגידי, שיקרת לי, הגידי, גלי זאת רוח לא זהר. זו שבת אחרונה היא, לא אבוא עוד אלייך, לא אראה את פנייך, אהובתי. בעיניי אוי ראיתי איך שאת מחבקת ונשק ונשקת את פני סמי. לא אוכל כבר לבלות יותר איתך, ייקחך זה אהובך יקר. אם ניצוץ רחמים בך יש, זה שבת לי הקדישי, אז ודאי ותרגישי אהבת אש. Только это скажу тебе, только это и ничего больше. Я молчал, уступал, и сердце мое бессонно. Почему изменила, скажи, почему обманула, скажи, и нам обоим станет легче. Эта суббота, она последняя, отдай мне ее. У тебя будет много других суббот, а ты поймешь, что моя любовь лучшая на земле, моя любовь самая сильная на земле, моя любовь — огонь. זה שבת האחרונה היא, לא אבוא עוד אלייך, לא אראה את פנייך, אהובתי. בעיניי אוי ראיתי איך שאת מחבקת ונשקת מנשקת את פני סוני לא אוכל כבר לבלות יותר איתך ייקחך זה אהובך ייקח ניצוץ רחמים בך יש זה שבת לי הקדישי ואז ודאי ותרגישי אהבת אש Следующая песня была написана для оперетты «Последний танец», «Der letzten Tanz», которая была поставлена на 2-й авеню в Нью-Йорке в 20-е годы прошлого века. Это песня о счастье, о любви и о последнем танце приговоренного к смерти. Но в оперете все хорошо кончается. Я не хочу сейчас думать, что судьба принесет мне завтра. У меня есть лишь миг. Судьба в моих руках. И я танцую с вами свой последний танец. Ich stehe zu in Tracht, was für eine starke Macht der Schicksal hat auf jeden Menschen. Und macht sich ein Spaß, und wird bald in Kass. Kennt die Strophen und auch Bändchen. Wenn ich halt nur gekannt, wenn sie so mir gewöhnt, dein modernen Schicksal nur vertreten. Wollt ich dich jetzt befreit, dein Leben euch beneit und vor dein Glück wollt ich gebeten. Glück, du bist gekommen zu mir oder ein bisschen zu spät. Glück, du hast genommen, man verschafft mein Herz so viel Freude. Heil, jetzt gar nicht klären, was der Morgen wird bringen für mich. Also lang ich hab heute ein Moment, das Glück jetzt in meine Hand und ich tanz dem letzten Tanz mit dir. Ich stehe zent und tracht, was für eine starke Macht der Schicksal hat auf jeden Menschen. Und macht sich ein Spaß, und wird bald in Kass. Kennt dich Strophen und auch Bändchen. Wenn ich halt nur gekannt, wenn sie so mir gewöhnt, dein modernem Schicksal du vertreten. Wollt ich dich jetzt befreit, dein Leben allüber Glück wollt ich gebeten. Glück, du bist gekommen, zu mir aber ein bisschen zu spät. Glück, du hast genommen und verschafft mein Herz so viel Freude. Glück, jetzt gar nicht klar, was der Morgen wird bringen für mich. Solange ich hab ein Moment, das Glück jetzt in meine Hand und ich tanz dem letzten Tanz mit dir. Замечательный автор танго Оскар Строк. Россия, Прибалтика. Мы искали песни, посвященные Марии, нашли этот фокстрот по-польски, а потом обнаружили текст по-русски и выяснилось, что это одна и та же песня, поэтому мы споем ее на 2 языках. Танцуй, Машка, танцуй, девочка моя, пройди по столу сквозь бутылки, и чтоб ни одна чертова бутылка не шелохнулась. Танцуй, девочка, сбрось с плеч свой красный платок, и пусть музыка твоя танцует и пляшет вокруг тебя. Танцуй, как безумная, танцуй, Машка. Машка, танч, на столі вшрут бутелек розышм'яна стань. Патrzy, jak очі плоно, жуть хустство червоно, як шалона. Танч, танч, сома сил, niech liczy, że to ogień z twoich żył. Bierze w tamburino, niech pyskie twoje plino, hej dziewczyno, tańcz. Танцуй, танцуй, Машка, какая у тебя сила. Пусть все видят, какой огонь струится из твоих жил. Пусть все сидящие понимают, как они убоги. Бей в бубен, танцуй, как безумная. Танцуй, и пусть весь мир вьется вокруг тебя. Танцуй, девочка, танцуй, Машка. Танч, Машка, танч, на столі шрут бутелек розышм'яна стань. Патrzy, jak очі плоно, жуть хустство червоно, як шалона. Танч, танч, сома ж сил, niech liczy, że to ogień z twoich żył. Bierze w tamburino, niech pyskie twoje plino, hej dziewczyna, tańcz. А теперь русский вариант песни.
Девиц не перечесть, их в мире много есть. Одна другой милей на всякий лад. Но скажет вам весь свет, что лучше Маши нет. И так про Машеньку все говорят. А она как мак цветет, смеется и поет, любви и счастья ждет и нас манит. Но среди всех мужчин ей близок лишь один. Но кто он, Машенька, не говорит. Ах, Машенька, с тобою жизнь моя приятна и легка. Розовые щечки, глаза сверкают, и мила, и весела. Маша, мой свет, чудесней девушки другой на свете нет. Цветок весною, когда с тобою точно солнце меня согреет.
Танч, Машка, танч, на столе шрут бутелек розышм'яна стань. Patrz, jak ocieplоно, жуть хустя сво червона, як шалона. Tańcz, tańcz, co masz sił, niech liczy, że to ogień z twoich żył. Біже в тамбуріно, niech тиске твоє пліно. Хей, дівчина, танч!
Wow. So let's just start off by saying you guys are really good at what you do. So I like any of my comments that I'm going to make are kind of more of fine points. Does that make sense?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Glad to hear.
So first of all, I love both of your voices, Maria. It's just a pleasure listening to you. It's very enjoyable. And I like this style. I'm fond of it particularly, and like I said, I think you guys pull it off really well. And for I have no comments on the third piece. I was about to have some, but I think that just the sort of the escalation that you did with it and just how that whole thing formed really was exceptional. I thought it pulled it off and pulled off all the comments I'm about to tell you now too. And I just thought, like, in the first and second pieces, the pianist could have had a little bit more character. That would be my more tongue-in-cheek maybe, or just a little bit of I mean, definitely in the end, brought it all home. So that was great. So I think even if I had seen just a little teeny bit more in the beginning, that would have, then I wouldn't have had any comments.
It was nervous a bit.
Well, that's okay. I can understand sitting next to you. But yeah, I thought it was fantastic. Just trying. In the second piece, Maria, again, like I said, fine point. It would have been great somewhere in that piece to feel like a little bit of a breakdown, maybe. Just, you know what I mean? Just a little push the sadness, maybe just a little bit more. Again, this is fine points. I enjoyed it all together. Fantastic job.
I'm happy. We are happy. Thank you very much.
Hello, Maria. Here, Alexei.
Alexei
Spasiba.
is here.
Spasiba. Very well done. It kind of, it brings me back a bit to when I was very young. For those that listen that don't know, I'm born in Bulgaria back in '78, so I lived in Bulgaria during, before the wall fell down. And yeah, we did. I recall we had a bunch of those those type of music around as well. No, look, I absolutely loved it. Thank you very much for playing. I hope to hear you again live, because I think having you in a live performance would be so much more grandiose. So,
Yes.
спасибо. До свидания.
Спасибо.
Sorry, we don't hear any sound. Guys, producers, can I help us out? Because we can't hear Mr. Brikcius. Not at the moment. Okay, we can save Mr. Brikcius's comments, because I believe the next performances involve some of the same musicians. So, Maria, мы Постараемся еще раз подключить Франтишека Бриксиуса. Он из Лондона подключается. And we do have comments from him. Maybe we can just show them. Let's see if there's a way to disregard. Okay, he's asking to disregard. We'll get the comments in.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move to the next performance, and that is Moskva Klezmer Ensemble.
We should check our equipment.
Okay, so you need a moment.
Спасибо.
That's just fine.
Thank you very much.
Спасибо. Мы вам дадим, конечно, минутку. So, before our performers are ready, because they need to reset, I believe some of the members of the ensemble are in the same group as the duet. So we'll give them a few moments while we're waiting to hear, a go from them. I want to say a few words about the Sound Specific competition. The competition was established in 2000 by professional musicians born out of the pandemic environment and situation where performers like myself and my colleagues, we were basically shut out of our habitual normal physical venues. So the purpose of this competition was to open the connection and window in world for musicians to be able to perform live. Of course, everyone can record. Now the equipment is so accessible. We can all record our performances and offer them in the form of pre-recorded videos, which is fantastic and great way to preserve our ability to create art. However, it's of course lacking the momentum, the incredible inspirational edge of being able to perform live with a live audience present. There's no way to compare the two. The physical concert hall has its own obvious incredible feedback and feel, which we all miss and love very much. However, the virtual stage is developing and has proven to bring other options, other abilities, other irreplaceable opportunities for musicians around the world. And Sound Espressivo was created to be able to introduce musicians to this opportunity to step on the virtual stage, to experience it, to find out if that is a form of performing which musicians are interested or would like to explore more and potentially incorporate into their regular seasons. Many artists had been exploring it and trying out different formats of virtual live performances and connections for almost 2 years now, and many artists are including that as a regular form of performing into our 2022-23 and further out concert seasons. So a Sound Espressivo competition is inviting musicians who may not have the opportunity before to work on the virtual stage, to try it out, to see what it feels like, and see what can grow from there. But that's not all. Sound Espressivo competition was created by a large community of professional musicians who wanted to create a competition environment, a competition setting, which provided musicians with as much freedom of artistic expression and choice as possible. And few things which are normal in competitions nowadays were changed. One of them is the choice of the repertoire. Usually is prescribed, quite detailed in many competitions, and that's of course based on many years of experience of creating a competition concept. However, in the Sound Espressivo competition, there is no prescribed repertoire, so every musician is invited to choose the repertoire according to what they believe represents them as an artist best. Logically, together with that concept, Sound Espressivo competition also offers musicians no time limit. We're not limiting artists to how long or to how short they want to present themselves. Again, that invites musicians to really scan their own presentation, their own desire to perform. And we see a wide variety of choices from 3-minute short performances to 40-minute full programs. And that brings me to the artistic nominations of the Sound Espressivo competition. The artistic nominations there are 9 categories in there, and there are some very familiar ones, which, of course, almost household words like virtuosity, lyricism. But there's some other ones which are not as common maybe for people who are not performers themselves. Program. For instance, we had several musicians who were performing in the artistic category of program, and that invited, of course, musicians to think in a larger form and putting together variety of compositions and connecting them in whatever their own idea of connection is. Maybe it's a story, maybe it's a contrasting aspects of the same composer, or maybe it's developing across the times and across the styles. So musicians were invited to explore where they fit most. And, you know, a lot of times musicians argue what is more important, virtuosity or profound look at the composition. And it's a battle which was started many years ago, which was brought to everybody's attention by Franz Liszt and Johannes Brahms and Schumann. So we continue with that, but we're allowing musicians to actually choose and not be compared oranges to apples. So lyrical categories there, and so is virtuoso. And I think I'm getting feedback from our production crew that musicians are ready. If I can get thumbs up from musicians to see that they're ready. Maybe not yet. Can I get a confirmation from artists if they're ready to perform? All right, I can continue to explore and explain what Sound Espressivo competition is until I actually get the confirmation. There are 3 artists performing, and give me an indication that we are ready. And whenever you do, I will pass on the stage to the artists. We will be presenting an ensemble from Russia, Moskva Klezmer Kapelye, and that will be a trio in the age group 26 and older, professional musicians. They are nominated in the artistic category of lyrical, and they are coming to us live from Moscow. I believe they're ready to perform. Wonderful, looking forward to it. The stage is all yours. Lyrical, artistic category.
По-моему, низко. Так, друзья, мы в эфире. Друзья, мы в эфире. Hello, everybody. We are Moskva Klezmer Kapelye. The group performed traditional klezmer music, old style. So we will play something klezmer.
Wow, just wow. Congratulations on your performance. It's definitely a wonderful performance. This is. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Not
Hello?
yet. Just a moment,
Okay,
please.
sorry. Okay.
Ничего не буду менять. Yes, хлопцы. Сможете пролезть? Ага. Yes, I hear you.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, very nice. I was just saying how nice it was to hear this music in a competition. It's not regularly the type of music we hear in competition. So this is a very nice change, very nice performance. I loved it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to hear
Yeah. Hello. Thank you very much for your music today. It was very nostalgic, brings many memories. Klezmer indeed. So spasiba. Thank you very much.
Let me ask you how. So let me ask you, how long have you guys been playing together?
It depends on the situation. More than 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
In different groups, in different styles.
Sure.
I think this is an answer.
Okay, it is. And how many internet performances have you guys done?
Sorry?
How many, like, how often do you perform on the web, on the internet?
This group is enough young because we in that set of members. Tonight we miss our clarinet player. Unfortunately, he is very busy tonight. So in this group named Moscow Klezmer Kapellion, we started to perform 1 year ago, maybe a little bit less.
Okay.
But we played together more than 10 years in different groups.
Great. Understand. Perfect. And do you play on the internet often?
Me, yes.
Okay.
We within different groups also. This band is not well known yet.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna change sort of pace a little bit. You guys are great. I love hearing this music. It's also like it's a pleasure for me to hear it in a competition. And I enjoy it a great deal. You guys play very well together. And there's not a lot that I can tell you musically that's going to benefit. I think you guys got a lot of experience under your belt, and when you go out and perform in front of audiences, I'm sure you get great applause. But let me talk to you about presentation like on the internet via this like TV screen. And there is so much that you guys are doing that we're losing. Like, for instance, one thing is just the bandwidth and the speed that's going. You guys are playing so fast that there's a little blur going on and some skip frames and things like that. But I wouldn't worry about that at all. That happens. That happens to me, even on some of the best systems. It just happens. What I would do is play with it. And you guys look great, even though the bandwidth speed wasn't working all for you. And I liked how you guys were framed, too. That you were, all massive in the screen. And that was great. But when you guys are shifting from solo to solo, right? That soloist should be in the main screen. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to move. Obviously, you don't want to knock over your mic, right? But don't be afraid to, push the other guys aside, put your instrument right in front of that, play, go nuts, because that's, as a viewer, we're gonna love it. And it, anyway, you can get away with a lot. You guys have a lot of character, and you know how to play your instruments. You know what you're doing. You do it in audiences, right? When you're on stage, you guys move away from each other and go towards the audience and play with them, right?
We can do that.
Yeah.
We are able to do that.
I can tell.
Uh-huh.
Do the same thing with the camera.
Uh-huh.
Think of the camera as like that special audience member you want to play with, and yeah, it's anyway. It's a fine comment. That's why I don't want to seem like I'm being overly critical. I'm saying if you do that, it'll be awesome. Yeah, you're just gonna knock people over because you guys have got the stuff. Just show it to the camera.
It was the great advice. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Nice to hear that. To hear it. Nice to have to say it to us. Thank you.
I'm glad it helped. Anyway, I've produced a bunch of groups and so forth, and there's a lot of intimidation of not intimidation. It's a new medium, and I'm just saying, you guys, I can already tell you can do it. You should just do it.
Bravo! This was just incredible, and what a welcome new addition to the competition. This is wonderful. Appreciate so much you bringing your group together, and this was tremendous joy. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And I believe we have one more performance.
Yeah.
From your group,
I need for a few minutes to prepare for that.
Absolutely.
Let me left the picture.
Take your time
for a few minutes. Thank you.
Absolutely, take your time. The next performance will be the last one in this session of the Sound Espressiva competition semifinals, and this will be we're looking forward to the solo violin performance by Alexei Rozov. He's changing the setup. I believe he will be performing from the same space as the previous two groups, of which he was a member of the group. And back again to introduce a few other elements of the Sound Espressiva competition. Right now we are in the semifinal round, which was preceded by preliminary auditions round. For the preliminary auditions, musicians had a choice to send us a pre-recorded video submission, which was reviewed by the international panel of judges, or they were able to schedule a live audition with our producers and our judges, and some chose to do either or. After the preliminary auditions were all reviewed and the semifinals were nominated, now we are in the semifinals round, and we are broadcasting live performances of all the semifinalists in this 4 days marathon. The next steps, after all the semifinalists are heard and adjudicated, we will have, of course, the names of the finalists, and we'll be looking forward to the finals of the competition, which are scheduled for January 29th and 30th. Now, a few interesting facts about how the competition runs. Between the semifinals and the finals, we have this year 6 weeks period, which allows musicians to change their repertoire. They can present the same repertoire in the preliminaries and semifinals, but they need to bring something new for the final round. And again, in the final round, musicians are invited to choose their own repertoire based on what represents their artistry best, and they are given no restrictions for any time limit. They can, again, perform as short or as long as they choose, and they can perform one piece or as many pieces as they choose, which of course allows them to look through the artistic nominations because there are awards associated with their artistic nominations, and see where their artistry fits best. For some people, maybe virtuosity is the most close to their heart. For others, it could be academic performance or lyrical performance. And if you look at the composers, many of them leaned towards one or another. Of course, a rounded musician is able to perform in all of those, but there's always a personal choice, personal preference. So we're asking musicians to be very personal with their choice of the repertoire and their approach to music, because that brings out the unique qualities of each individual artist and each group. So let me see with our producers if Alexei Rozov is ready to perform. Give me a signal. Looks like he is ready to perform. All right. We have some comments. Let's go through a few comments here. And one is coming for me. Thank you very much, Maria Zubkovskaya. Вы очаровательны. Appreciate your comment very much. That's great pleasure. And we have more comments coming in. Beautiful. Thank you for joining us and commenting. And there's one comment for the previous contestant before we had this group from Moscow take the stage. That was for Asmik, who is an opera singer. And thank you very much for encouraging comments. And we have more comments from Barbara Costa. Wonderful. That's such a great pleasure to have audience. Make yourself present, make yourself known to us. As musicians, we are learning how to connect to you through the almost invisible barrier of a camera and the screen. And we're learning how to connect to you. Please learn how to connect back to us through your comments, through your cheers, and maybe even critical comments. Everything is welcome. It makes it very personal when you see us so close up, right? Wonderful. Looks like Alexei Rozov is ready to perform. So he's a violinist in the age group 26 and older, professional musicians. He will be presenting improvisation in the klezmer tunes, coming to us from Moscow and nominated in the artistic category lyrical. Once again, Alexei Rozov, violin.
Hello, friends. I would like to play you violin, to play klezmer music. And I would like the composition I wanted to play. I would like to use some sorry. I would like to use some tunes composed by my friend from Kharkov, clarinet player Gennady Fomin. So, and some free klezmer music.
Hello, Alexei. It's good to listen to you again, and I was enjoying good klezmer music, especially if it's on solo instrument that as you just performed today. So thank you for that. Yeah, all the best. Thank you.
And now I hear you.
Well, thank you again for playing. I think similar to what Robert was saying before, you do need to get more experience playing in front of a camera.
You mean this way?
Yeah, you do need to get more experience with the camera. Just more experience, because playing in front of a camera is much different than playing in front of a live audience. So you need to use the camera as your audience. You need to use the camera as that one audience instead of letting the camera use you, if that makes sense. So besides that, very good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot, and thank you for your advices too.
Yeah, so Alexis, I have now I have some more comments on your performance. First of all, I loved it. You're great at what you do. Period. There's no doubt about it. A couple things that I would have liked to have seen in this is when you I wanted to see something slower, like in a slower, softer spot. So like just kind of drag it out so we can have a little bit more contrast. Something that makes the other parts like sparkle. Just somewhere, anywhere would be, in my opinion, is great. Another fine point is that there was this like really, really high part, kind of, the squeaky high part. You know what I'm talking about? The really, really, really high. Yeah, it's you're playing very, very high, and it's very tight and nasally with the violin. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I hope so.
I would have somebody's saying harmonics, but I think it's even higher.
The harmonics terminology, I understand.
Okay. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more drama there.
You mean both visual and musical drama?
Both.
Is it? Do I understand you well?
Yes, both. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I agree with my colleagues on everything else. I hope that helps. Wonderful performance.
Wonderful. I think Alexei did not hear Frantisek, your comments. He didn't have the earphone yet. If you wouldn't mind repeating, that would be helpful.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So, Alexei, it was very good to listen to see you again and to listen to you. And I always enjoy very kind of good klezmer music. So, especially if for solo instrument, and that gives you much more freedom. And I completely agree. In the harmonics, you could be even like a little bit more. So, but it was musically very nice, and thank you for that. All the best.
All right. Thank you very much, this unique ensemble from Moscow. It was a tremendous pleasure to hear you, and we're looking forward to hearing a lot more of your performances in the future. This is a great pleasure to connect all the way across the oceans and across the world with Russian klezmer group. Thank you very much. This concludes our program for this session. And we'll be starting in just 2 minutes the next session of the Sound Espressivo Semifinals. Thank you all very much. See you in a little bit.
No matter where you are or who you are, music connects us all. We started with a dream, but now we are paving the future. Welcome to the Sound Espressivo Global Competition. Fully virtual, yet bringing musicians closer together than ever before, now on a global scale. True live, inclusivity, diversity, connection, community, an extraordinary array of judges. Get noticed by companies all over the world. Prizes, scholarships, performance opportunities. Apply to be a part of the most exciting congregation of artists like nothing you've ever seen before. We guarantee quality and leave no musician behind. We can't wait to hear you on the virtual stage.